Hello, I am Endlessness and welcome back to Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis, and in this video I'd like to give you an overview with tips and suggestions for this month's Guild Battle 12. And this time we have the infamous Garrak boss, another returning boss, but they just switch attack type, so this time it's Magic Ice Battle. And Garrak boss is very annoying because for half of the battle he will block all your healing abilities, and it's not just curas but everything that has any kind of healing on it, so Citric Wands, Jubilation and so on, they are all rendered useless until that status expires. But wait, there is more, because Garrak will also keep depleting your command gauge, heavily reducing your DPS. So in my opinion, it's the most annoying and infuriating Guild Battle boss, because it not only has so many animations that will keep interrupting the battle, but it's also him constantly debuffing our command gauge. But last time we had Glenn as a tank, boosting command gauge, and this time we have Yuffie banner. So Yuffie is for that, but also Yuffie is the MVP in this Guild Battle, I think. And also every stage is the same, as the boss has timed attacks and there is no gauge to deplete, but the boss will only hit harder and will have more HP on those higher stages. But also, starting with this Guild Battle, they changed stage 6, so in order to unlock it we have to defeat stage 5 times. And I guess it might help smaller guilds, because now they can do 4-5 resets without having to worry about stage 6, but for bigger guilds, well, it doesn't really change much, because once you unlock stage 6 you can start hitting it. But I think it will just affect that first day, because people are in different time zones and they are available at different times, so having to reset the board 5 times before being able to hit stage 6 could result in being stuck until people are available again. And this time we have Aerith and Kate Sith weapons in the armory, which is a bit annoying, as Aerith is a very good support, especially for people who don't have Sith's limit break weapon, and by using Aerith's weapons it might hurt your armory level and boosts it provides. And then gear, as usual, it's just newer banner outfits that are featured, so it depends on how many banners you have pulled on, but featured outfits boost your armory the most and allow for those last highest levels. As for teams, I think the ideal team would be Yuffie, Cloud and Sid, because he has Enfeeble on his limit break weapon, but you really benefit if you have a weapon to boost command gauge, just so you don't have to spend half of the battle waiting for your stance to max out and then seeing it being halved again. But all those offensive buffs and debuffs are important, so debuffing ice resistance and magic defense on the boss, as well as buffing your own magic attack, ice damage and exploit weakness. And Aerith is still a very nice support, and she can debuff ice resistance, magic defense, but also buff ice damage and magic attack with her weapons. But her being in the army also hurts a lot. But then it's just DPS characters, and it also depends who you have built up the best. And I have 2 teams. This one I'm using myself with Seph and Clouds, mainly because those are my 2 DPS, so I have them maxed out. And well, Seph is my main DPS, Cloud is also doing nice damage, even though his weapon is only OB2. And then the second team is still a bit more accessible, and I have Lucia as support, and I only have 1 DPS here, but you could use Yuffie here, as she has Halloween weapon for DPS and an exploit weakness in secondary. And actually with both teams I have very similar scores. With Cloud team is just slightly higher until that last stage, but I can solo stages 1 to 3 and then do around 55-60% on stage 4, 40% on stage 5 and 13% on stage 6. Aerith has Bahamut outfit with Icy Judgment, Crimson Staff for offensive buffs, Citric to buff ice damage, Princess Guard, and then 2 ice materia and a Cura to heal Lucia, and then in sub-equipment slots 2 attack for all allies weapons, and I also have a guild weapon with magic defense for allies, but you could equip here anything. Lucia has FF9 outfit with Titan, Guild Weapon to boost command gauge, Bald Eagle to debuff ice resistance, 3 stat 6 with physical and magic defense, and then in sub-equipment slots, 2 weapons with magic attack for allies and Gargantuan Monolith for HP. But if your defenses are high enough, you could also equip a weapon with buff default extension or something else. It's just to ensure that Lucia has the highest HP so that she gets targeted by those single target attacks. Sephiroth has Ice Arcanum outfit with Shiva, Edged Wings for DPS, Odin for Exploit Weakness, Genji, 3 stat 6 with Ice Potency and Magic Attack, and then in sub-equipment slots, Kath Balog to max out Magic Attack and also boost Ice Potency, and then Sword of GS and Protector's Blade with Magic Ability Potency. Aerith has Bahamut outfit with Titan, Crimson Staff for offensive buffs, Terror to debuff Ice Resistance, Princess Guard, Ice Materia, Hura for Aerith to stay at the highest HP, and a defensive stat stick, and then sub-equipment slots, all weapons that I have with attack and magic attack for allies. Cloud has Ice Arcanum outfit with Icy Judgment, Full Throttle for DPS, Log for ice damage buffs, Buster, 3 stat 6 with Ice Potency, and then in sub-equipment slots, Snowflake to max out magic attack, Enhanced Sword to boost ice damage further, and a weapon with magic attack for allies. And ideally you would have a weapon with magic ability potency, but I just don't have one. Sephiroth has Ice Arcanum outfit with Shiva, Edge Wings for DPS, Odin for Exploit Weakness, Genji, 2 stat sticks with Ice Potency and another with magic attack, and then sub-equipment slots, Kath Balog to max out magic attack and boost Ice Potency, and then Sword of GS and Protector's Blade with magic ability potency. Alright, the opening is Citric to buff ice damage on Sephiroth, then with Lucia try to get command gauge boost, Odin for Exploit Weakness, and with Aerith you can do Crimson, but also don't forget to debuff Ice Resistance 1 Edged Wings, and with Aerith just keep spamming Jubilation, and you can get it off. It's very close, but you can. And alright, now Crimson to get those magic attack buffs up again, and with Lucia just keep spamming her guild weapon until you get that command stance back. But also Genji, it's just to get that one extra higher buff, so you can do a little bit more DPS. And alright, with Lucia she doesn't really do anything for me. If you want, you can equip some ice materia if you want to, but she really doesn't do any DPS. And here on this AoE attack you can do a D5 to debuff magic attack of the boss, but this attack doesn't really hurt too much. You won't die from it. That's alright, now we can cure again. So Odin for Exploit Weakness, and with Lucia just spam guild weapon until you get your command stance back. But also just pay attention so you can always have that ice resistance debuff. That's alright, one more here. And also ice buff. Actually, yeah, Jubilation won't go off here, but I will use it after this one. But with Lucia, just pay attention so she's always the highest HP in your team, so she gets targeted. Alright, Jubilation after this, and let's see if how many hits I can get off. One more? Yeah, just one more, because Edge Wings is so insanely slow. I really wish they would update this weapon, the animation, to make it even tiny bit faster. Because I think it's the slowest weapon in the game, the animation, and it's just... I will never understand what they were thinking with this. but it still is very much viable. So you can use Sephiroth if you want to, unless you have Yuffie or any other DPS. But yeah, that would be all. It's just a little bit different with Lucia, but she's very accessible since Bald Eagle was almost launch weapon, and also it's a guild weapon, so she's not Sid, but at least she is accessible if you want to use her. Alright, with my team, or 2 DPS, it's just the same. So with Aerith, just the Crimson first, just to make them hit harder, and with both Cloud and Sephiroth, so they do their buffs. But now Terra, 1 hit, and Cloud's animation is faster, so you can wait with that, and just keep spamming Jubilation to get off. And now Crimson again. And this Jubilation doesn't really do much, since we have to wait like 5 seconds for the game to catch up. So we are wasting that AB, but at least it's something, you could say. Alright, just make sure that everyone has magic attack buffs, and just keep spamming Ice Mat here on Aerith if you want to. Alright, we have that short window of time where our command stance is maxed, so that's nice. It's incredible how fast Cloud's animation is, or how much faster his ice animation is than Seph's, because it's so slow. Alright, now, after this AoE attack, you always have to refresh your buffs, so exploit weakness, or if you have lock on Cloud, then self buffs. It's always like that. And that's the last attack coming after this. But also Genji here. It's just for Sephiroth to get off his own physical attack buff. And I think I did it a little bit too early, because it might end before I cast the summon. Alright. Power speed. And let's see. Right, I was okay with doing Genji a little bit earlier, before he started to charge his last attack, because it did not expire. Yeah, that's 40%, because that's stage 5, so that's fine. But yeah, with OB6 Cloud, sure, I could pull further to OB6 Cloud, but it won't really change anything, as Yuffie, with her exploit weakness and command gauge boosting weapon, she is the MVP here, so I would still be stuck without anyone buffing that command gauge. So OB6 Cloud, it wouldn't change anything, and I feel I would just waste crystals on it. But yeah, that's the whole thing. So every stage is the same. Basically, the boss just has more HP, hits a little bit harder, but the timings, everything, they make this battle look as the same no matter the stage. So it's the same thing, just different damage dealt and HP on a boss, but the same thing essentially. But yeah, that would be all. So I really hope you found my guide helpful, and good luck on your own guild battle, and I wish you luck, your whole guild luck. And in the meantime, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you next one.